Welcome back, guys, to the game that just gets better and better and better and better the more I play it. I have dilemmas and quandaries and issues, and I'm going to talk to you about them. And we're going to build some stuff, because I really need to build some stuff. Now, you'll probably spot, like, straight away, maybe the big cow pasture over here. Oh, yeah. This fence originally came out here and down here. So I decided to take that bit out, and I'll reroute that fence around there. But I put this this cow pasture, which is feeding meat and milk, into this barn over here. And the meat and milk from this barn and the meat and milk from this barn are getting put into here. And currently that's being handled by these guys in here, which it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be the job of these guys. So I've got issues about, I need to put like caravan stable, like I should put a caravan stable like somewhere over here, but I can't. Okay, let's get some building going, because I want to get some building going. So one of my big quandaries is over here. Like, this has turned into a fairly major settlement over here. I've now got 3 windmills. I added a windmill over here. I did a bit of terraforming to lift the terrain up, and then put this guy in. The problem is, even though I've added like 2 houses, so I had my original 4 houses over here. I added another house there. I added another house there. But it was only when I had some people dying of hypothermia, and I noticed it was a couple of millers died, and I was like, what the hell? How could the millers be dying of hypothermia? And then I spent some time tracking them down. Now, we've got 2 of the millers living in here for this one, right? And then we've got 2 of the millers over here living in here for this one. That's fine. But the other 2 millers, right? Well, they're not in there. They're not in there. They're not in there. They're not in there, right? They're actually... One of them's living in here. Where is he? Here he... Look, Jace, the miller. He's living in there. Now, you think about it. Come the winter, he's over here working in this mill, for example. And he decides, oh, I'm cold. I've got to go home. He's got to walk all the way down here, through here, across the bridge, through here, and he dies of hypothermia. So yeah, we need some more housing over here. Now, like, it's so easy to kind of miss how many people you've actually got working over here, right? I mean, if you look at these houses, we've got hunter. Oh my God, we've got like 4 hunters and a lumberjack. Okay, well, the lumberjack works there. That's fine. We've got 4 hunters, right? Because we've got, we've got 3 gatherers in there. We've got 3 hunters in there. That's 6 people. That's more than one of these houses. One of these houses, because these are not upgraded, and I'm not going to upgrade them just for aesthetic reasons. That's 6 people. There's only 5 people in a house. Down here, it's worse. This little bit down here, I've got 2 foresters in there. I've got a forester in there. That's 3. I've got 3 hunters in there. That's 6. And 3 gatherers. Well, that's 9. Well, that's 2 bloomin' houses. Right? The thing is, I don't really want to put these houses down here. Right? Because this is supposed to be just a little, like, nothing encampment. So what I'm going to do, put some stuff in. So what I'm going to do down here, purely for aesthetic reasons, I'm going to put some shacks in down here and make this a little. I'm going to improve them though, so at least they'll be improved hovels, but they are going to be hovels. So let's put one in. Let's put one in there. And where should we put the other one? Let's put the other one over here. So let's flip you around. And put you, there, let's space out a little bit. The problem with putting these houses out here is, where are these people going to get, like, tools and clothes from? Because the nearest tools and clothes are in this barn over here. Now, just to give you an idea, distance-wise, that is... go away. Distance-wise, that's like 200 tiles away. And I don't think they'll go 200 tiles. I think they'll go about 150 for tools and clothes, but I don't think they'll go that far. Which means then that I need to be shipping tools and clothes somewhere closer. Like, I don't know, somewhere in here. So that means I would have to upgrade one of these barns to like a full-blown castle barn, which I didn't really want to do out here. So that's a bit of an issue. Now I could leave them without tools and clothes, but that's not like really very satisfactory. I need to crank up a couple of workers so that those get built. I will show you, because I noticed caravanners were dying of hypothermia, because there's like, well, this was taken up just by there's like 5, this only houses 9. There's like 5 kilners in here. There's I'm not using the foundry, guys. So there's 5 kilners and what? There's just 1 lumberjack, but that's 6. So there's only room for 3 people, and I've scaled this back to like 4 people working at the caravan stable, but that's like another 8 people. So I put in an extra couple of houses, and when I did it, I was really pleased, because look, wouldn't you love to live in that little house there on the edge of the moat? I mean, the views. And I spaced this out a little bit just because I wanted to get the model with these 2 windows on the front, and that was the only square that I could get it. But the view from this house, oh my god. Let's just scroll up a little bit so we can actually see the view. What a view. What a freaking awesome view. I want to live in this house. If I could live anywhere in here, I think I'd live here. Actually, I probably wouldn't, because I'd live in this live in this one, because this has got an even better view, because you can see more because it's higher. But I thought, yeah, having put that one in, you know what? I'll put one over here as well. And I angled them as well to make it a little bit more interesting. I like that one as well. And I didn't even try to get the 2 windows on that one. That one just happened. So, that's that. What else? What else? Yeah, so, oh, man. Like, down here. I mean, we've got 2 guys in here, 3 guys in here. So, there's 5 guys living there. So, that's more housing required. So now I'm thinking, well, should I put maybe a small house over here? Maybe for these guys? And what I'm realizing is that I've got all this population, but a lot of the population is up here, and they've actually got no jobs. Because if you think about it, like we've got 1 smith. We've got, I think, 1... No, I haven't even got the kilner because I turned that off. We've got the bakers, so that's 10 bakers. We've got the caravanners in these 2, so that's another 8. So that's like 18... oh, I put a little chicken coop in here. I thought a little chicken coop behind these houses by the donkey farm. I thought that goes. And I put him a little barn in so he can put his eggs into there. And then it's I think the veggie, the veggie that uses the eggs. So this was originally, I think, a fruit pie guy. I switched it over, so this is making veggie pies. So he's only got to go to there to get his eggs. You got any eggs in there? Nah. No. Oh, he'll be shipping those soon. Now, this doesn't produce enough eggs to keep this guy going permanently, but it's enough so that our egg supply is actually going up now. So that's kind of good. How are we doing over here? No, where is it? Where did I put those blooming houses? Over here. Okay, so I suppose I'm going to have to crank this up to get these built. So, should I crank it up? Ah, go on, let's crank it up. So, what do I do about these? Do I put another house over here? I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. So, let's put a house over here. Small house. Flipped around. Again, not a bad place to live, though. Right on the coast. But the property prices are pretty outrageous down here. Yeah, right. Alrighty, so we've got a house going in for there. We've got these two going in. I need to crank up a couple of builders. So we'll get these put in and then we'll upgrade them. But I gotta say, I am in a real quandary about what to do about putting like a barn, like a castle barn up here, and then linking it up to the distribution network. Okay, while that stuff's building, let me show you how I've got the distribution set up, for, at least from this barn. So this caravan stables is responsible for shipping stuff from this barn into the city. This one is responsible for shipping stuff from this barn out to the village. So let me show you. Now this is like going to be the model for how I set everything up. So this caravan stable, first of all, it's matching up this stockpile here with this stockpile here. So they should be pretty much the same. And they are pretty much the same. Awesome. So that's working. And then it's linking up this barn. Actually, let's do it this way around. So it's matching up this barn with this barn here. But it's doing it in a very specific way. First of all, it's balancing everything. Okay, so the overall supplies, or the overall volume is the same, right? And it's doing that. That's good. But then it's also matching on a one-for-one basis eggs, milk, meat, honey, fruit, vegetables. Now, why those? Well, because those are what's needed for making pies. And then tools and clothing, right? And then this one is set up exactly the same. Eggs, milk, meat, honey, fruit, vegetables, tools and clothing. Again, one for one, both ways, with this barn down here and this warehouse. So this warehouse should be the same as these two. And it is. Everything's approximately the same. This has got a bit more in because obviously we're bringing logs into this barn. And then this barn should be pretty much the same as these. Yep, volume-wise, yes. Eggs. Now, obviously, eggs is a little bit more because we're putting eggs into here, but that will balance out. But everything else should be like pretty even. And yeah, pretty much. We've got tools in each. We've got clothes in each. We've got we haven't got much meat. I'm kind of staggered that even adding in this second farm, we're still not producing enough meat and enough milk. It's just getting eaten. Now, what I could do is lock them, right? And say, okay, I'm only going to make pies. And I've got to say, I'm kind of tempted to do that. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to lock meat and I'm going to lock the milk. Because I want it turned into pies. And at the moment, I don't know, like, that's making fruit pies, that's making fruit pies. This is the meat pie. No, that's the honey pie guy now. And then this is the meat pie, yeah, and then this is the veggie pies. Right. He's waiting on some eggs. Oh, no. Any in the barn? No. Getting a bit of meat though. So that's kind of not a bad thing. By the way, somebody commented on the last video, oh, you're not moving your farmers. No, I'm not. The farmers, the bee guys, the gatherers. I'm leaving them exactly where they are. Why am I doing that? Well, first of all, because I haven't really got anything for them to do specifically in the winter, because I'm not mining anymore. I'm buying any stone or ore I want. Oh, look, I've got 14,000 firewood in here that I can sell to buy stuff like that. So I don't need to transfer them into the mines. And plus, this whole housing issue is made a lot worse if you're reallocating your workers. Because, like, unless you've got, like... But you know what? Even if you've got your mines right next to your farms, when you switch people over, it kind of depends where they are. And they can end up in a house that's miles away from where they're actually supposed to be working. And then you end up with people dying from hypothermia and starvation and whatever. So there you go. Have we got these shacks built? Yes, we've got these shacks built. Pause. I'm probably going to kill a few people now, because I've got to upgrade these. So, upgrade that one. Yes. And upgrade that one. Yes. So I've got a bunch of homeless people now who are probably going to freeze to death and starve. I don't know. They seem to have found other accommodation. Okay, good. We've got that house built. That's good. Okay. So I wonder, now that we've got these, who's living in... oh, that's been upgraded. But I wonder whether my millers have found local accommodation now. So, no, not in there. Still got 2 of my millers in there. No, they haven't moved around. So hopefully some of these, like this, like gatherer, some of these hunters will move out to these and make room for like our millers and stuff. So we'll see. Now, I did add in over here a 3rd apiary. So we've got one here, and then I've added another one there, which is actually, it's a different shape, but I think it's actually pretty much the same size. It's fractionally bigger. This one produces 30 honey at a time. This one, oh no, that one's 36 and this one's 36. So they're all about the same size. And it's quite nice. I like it when they're on a slope, because you can kind of actually see them. I like that. Right, so now the flour situation. One of the things that prompted me to try and sort this out is the fact that we're just not producing enough flour at the moment. Now, these mills, like if they're running optimally, they should produce enough flour for like 2.5 granaries. Now, so this should produce enough for like 7.5 granaries. Yeah, 7.5 bakeries, not granaries. 7.5 bakeries. Now, we've currently got, I think, 9 bakeries. We've got 5 up in the city, and we've got 4 down here, because I've added in one there and one there to replace the 2 weavers that were there. So this one's making fish pies, and he's getting his fish from down here. And then we've got, this one's making veggie pies, this one's making honey pies, and this one's making meat pies. Hence the need to like distribute all the stuff down to here, because our bakeries down here need the goods as well. So, man, even with 3 apiaries running, I'm still not producing enough honey. My God, I thought adding the 3rd one in would give me enough honey, but I'm like not even close. Okay, I'm a bit dismayed about that, but it is what it is. We've got these. Okay, right. This one's now upgraded. Right, so we've had a hunter, forester, gatherer, and another forester move in there. That's good. This one hasn't got upgraded yet. Come on, somebody build this. It's only 5 work, for heaven's sake. Mind you, depends where they're coming from. Right, now, that... See, one of our... Now, where did you die? Oh, you died right here. But again, it could be that, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he lived over here and he was like coming over here and then just, I don't know. No idea. But it's not good. We've got to sort it out. So, somebody needs to build this damn thing. Now, you know what? While that's happening, I've got another quandary I need to talk to you about. So, I need jobs for the people in the city. But I don't want to be building fields and stuff like that. I've got the bakeries, okay. The weavers, now, I mean, I could move the weavers up there. By the way, I've scaled the weavers right back. This one's not even working. I've only got 4 weavers working, but they're working so well, so efficiently. Look, we're up to 800 clothes. Right, I've only got 2 smiths, and they're producing tons of tools. If you get things set up efficiently, it's amazing how well they work. So, yeah, just put in, you know, the flax field and the sheep, and getting the hides in here. It's kind of brilliant. Now, hang on. Where's the wool going? The wool should be going into this barn. You better not be... Now, did that go in? Yes, it went in here. And immediately it's grabbed by one of those. You know what? I need more sheep. Now, I wonder, can I extend this? I don't think I can, actually. Well, I could bring it down one time. Oh, I might be able to. I might be able to. Let's have a quick check. So, I'd want sheep. So, if I did it from there... Oh, I could. I could make it 2 sheep bigger. It would mean that I haven't got room for a path inside my wall. But you know what? I could probably live with that. Oh man. So that means I've got to build a pasture for my sheep, transfer them to that, knock this down, and rebuild a new one. Oh, good lord. Oh, which is a bit of a pain. Okay. I got distracted by that because I was going to do... Oh, yeah. So what I was thinking was, what about orchards? I mean, can we get away with having maybe an orchard or 2 in here? I'm thinking maybe. And I was thinking, like, so for example, like behind these houses, maybe throw in a bit of an orchard. And that would work really well because we've got these 2 guys making fruit pies. So if we put an orchard in here, that would be providing some fruit for these guys because it would probably go into this barn. So I'm thinking that might be a bit of an idea. I got to say, it's not ideal. It's not really what I wanted to be doing. But so, all right, the spacing is good. Now that's 1 worker. That's just 2 workers. Is that... Come on, that's doable, isn't it? Go on, we'll do it. We'll bang in an orchard. We desperately need more fruit. Now, orchards. I've got these 2 orchards over here. And they're not small. I mean, they're like 5 workers apiece. To be honest, I don't really need 5 workers apiece in those. You know what, I'm going to scale that back to like 3. Because, oops. That one 3 and that one 3. We don't really need 5 in there. So that means I can scale back my orchards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives me a few people. And that will help out the community here as well, which would be a good thing. We built this. Oh, yes, we've built this. So we've got hunters and gatherers in there. Excellent. So I wonder. We've got 2 millers in there. Still got hunters and gatherers. Oh, we've got a miller. We've got one of our millers in there. No. Yeah, gardeners. That's for the... No, that's not beekeepers. What the hell are gardeners? They're not farmers. What the hell are gardeners? Oh, gardeners are for the orchards. Okay, fair enough. Ah, see, so, yeah. So we're supplying the labour for the orchards from here as well. That's not good. So I think we're still short of a miller. And to be honest, I'd really like to put in a 4th windmill over here. Now, that is something that I was going to do. Now, like, why am I umming and ahhing about... Like, if you want a 4th windmill, Skye, just put a 4th freaking windmill in, right? Like, what's the big dealio? Well, it's only the aesthetics of... Or not necessarily the aesthetics, because I don't mind how that looks. But... Currently, I've got the 3 windmills unobstructed. So, you know, the wind coming up here. You can see that I've pretty much cleared the trees. But putting another windmill in front of this windmill is not really ideal. Now, I mean, the only thing I could do to make it a bit better would be to actually drop it down. Like to... terraform the land a little bit, and I've dug a great big freaking hole. Okay, I don't think the windmill will place in that hole. Oh god, that's not really what I had in mind. Okay, never mind. This is what happens when you try and kind of rush stuff. I should have taken my time with it. Is that going to go in that hole? No, it's not. Okay, go on, do that. Do that. So let's. I'm just gonna. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make it worse. Oh dear, oh dear. What is this gonna look like now? It looks like a freaking bomb crater. Come on, somebody. Right? Yeah, I thought so. I'm just making it worse. Good grief. Oh man. Boom. Okay, windmill in. I've got 4 workers to build it. The only good news is that the grain is in that barn. The thing is, they'll be putting the flour into that barn. Now that means, because currently this guy's putting his flour into this one, this guy's putting his flour into this one, and this guy's putting his flour into this one. So I've now got 4 barns with flour. So that means I've got to have 4 routes to move it. Now what I could do is consolidate it also, just have like 3 little routes. But it's still using up 3 routes. Now I have extended the routes, I don't know whether you noticed, I've extended the routes from 8 to 10. Now I could go to more. And I'm seriously thinking of increasing it to 15 because otherwise I'm just going to need like so many caravan stables. And the thing is, like, the problems just compound. So it's like, oh, okay, well, I need another caravan stables, you know, to deal with the people. So then I put a caravan stables in. Well, that gives me more people. So then I've got to feed them. So then I need to put more stuff in, which creates more people. And then, you know, you end up more barns, more this. Then I need more caravanners. And it just never ending. Which is, like, totally awesome. You know what? I'm going to cancel all the routes. And I'm going to set it up differently. So I'm going to cancel all of those routes. And then I'm going to demolish this barn. So demolish that barn, please. So I need another person. We're getting the windmill going. How's the flour situation? See, we're under 1,000 flour now. And these guys are not even working flat out. Oh, we've got the orchard up and running. So we want apples. Okay. We want a couple of people working that. So that's a couple of gardeners who at least are supplying jobs into this area. I see. I was wondering about having an orchard behind these houses, which might be kind of nice because we're going to have the wall coming down here. So maybe a bit of an orchard in here. What do you think? Like not a huge orchard, just a little orchard. Oh, I don't know, or a huge orchard. But at least it creates some jobs and gets us some much needed fruit. I guess we'll see. Now, they've had to replant this. These only give you like 5, I think it's 5 harvests. Is it 5 harvests? So you get crops for like 5 years. And then they chop them all down and have to replant them. So then you have a year just growing the little saplings into trees where you don't get any fruit. So, like right now we have got fruit. But it's amazing how fast that goes down. And I tell you what, even our veggie stocks are getting a bit low. But see, look how much meat and milk we've got. I'm going to unlock those. Because that's way, way too much. And at least it's averaging them out. Now that should be turning out like a fair number of pies. And I think that's why our flour's going down faster. But yeah, we need to get this 4th windmill up and running. Because we're going to be running out of flour soon. And that's not a good situation. But what I'm thinking of doing is we'll put a castle barn in here. And then link it to the distribution network. And then all I have to do is like just shift everything from that castle barn on a 1-for-1 basis with this one. It's amazing how these grow. I mean, this started off as a couple of windmills. Now it's a freaking town out here. Okay, this has got built. We need a couple of millers. So let's assign... Where are we? Where's my millers? Here we go. So another couple of millers. Get over here and start working, guys. Okay, so they've knocked that down. So let's put in a castle barn. Which, again, I didn't really want to put a castle barn out here. I wanted all the nice thatched roofs and whatever, but I kind of don't see an alternative. So it is what it is. Now, this isn't going to be hit by the windmill, is it? No. Now, I'm just looking at this and thinking, could this be lowered a bit? But, nah, I'll just put it where the other one was. Don't faff around, Skye. So that goes in... Boom. There. Okay. Castle barn. Where am I going to put my caravan stables? And I'm thinking, like, that's the only place that I can think of putting it. I can't put it over here. I mean, like, I could put it there, but I don't want to put it there because it's eating into the space for my bees. And I want to keep my honey production up. So I don't want to put it there. So it's kind of got to go there. And then that's 4 more people living here. 4 or 5. So then I might need another house. It just goes on and on and on. All right, well, shut up. Shut up, Skye. Just do it. Handle it. Deal with it. Oops. So, yeah. I mean, it would have to go there, wouldn't it? Well, that's where it's going. So, we've got another caravan stable going in. My God, look, like, seriously, started off as 2 windmills, it's turned into an entire freaking town. It's like we've got a town with a couple of little villages outside. My God. Okay, so that's going on. Right, we built that. That needs to be upgraded. Do that. Sorry you're homeless. I wasn't quick enough, my bad. Hope you don't die. Oh, I think he found a... Did you find a house? Oh, I think he's found a house. Good for you. Alrighty. How are we doing with the orchard? Okay, they're getting on with that. They're growing the tree. Are we going to get a crop this year? No, we won't get a crop this year, I don't think. It'll be next year. Because they're still growing the saplings into full-grown trees. At some point, I need to start sending out more... I've stopped sending out expeditions. Primarily because of the pie situation. I tell you what, I'm a tiny bit worried about the fruit and vegetable situation. Because our vegetables is way down. Now, okay, I had the meat and the milk frozen or locked, so they were eating a lot more vegetables. But even so, that's pretty low. So, okay, I'm going to do what I didn't want to do. but this is going to be a temporary measure. So what I'm going to do, because it's just an easy solution, is I'm going to put in some gatherers. The reason the gatherers are so effective here is because there's no forestry going on. And so you get loads and loads of fruit and vegetables. So I'm going to put this guy in over here. I'm going to flip him round. So he's pointing at these guys. So we'll put one in there. And we'll put one in here. And those guys, just those two gatherers, will produce a ton of stuff. Go. And I've kind of deliberately put them there and there so that they should come into this market and this market, which don't have anything in them at the moment. So we'll be able to see how much stuff is coming in. But I'm going to have to get around that. So it means like growing more fruit, growing more vegetables. So hang on, pause, because we're late spring. There's a field that I'm not using, which is this field. Let's switch this to... you know what? Let's do pumpkins in this one, because it's not, the problem with this is it's not that close to a barn. So I think we'll do. But the thing is, it's only like $9.50. If I do potatoes would be $1,600. Let's see if we can do potatoes. We'll see how we do. So that means I've got to bang this up by another 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, off you go. So that's at least a few more vegetables going on. Oy, oy, oy. Are you working? No, yep, it's working. Oh, yeah, for 2 seconds. See, that tells me the millers are not living close by. Because they're coming, they're doing a little bit of work, and... No, maybe they are. Whoa, look at that. 4 mills on the go. Hooray. Okay, so they're going to be cranking out the flour. Now, 4 mills should deal with 10 bakeries. And we've only got 9. So our flour should actually start going up. And that's if they're, like... A forester starved to death. I wonder why. Shouldn't be. No reason for a forester to starve to death. There should be plenty of food in this barn. Yeah, we've got plenty of food in the barn. So I don't understand that. These hunters actually over here are getting very little game now. To be honest, I think they're almost pointless. They are getting a few hides. But the stags and whatever are pretty much staying away. I think we'd be better off. I mean, well, this one should be... this one should be getting a bit. But again, I think it would be better if we moved it out a little bit. So, maybe we move this guy, like, up over here. See, look, you can see all the stags and moose are over in this area now. But then I suppose that's because, like, if they venture over here, they get killed. So I don't know. This is the problem with not being able to see, like, how much this has produced in, like, the last season or something. Which, of course, in Banished, like, if you want to see how good one of your gatherers is doing, you click on it, it tells you how much they got in the last 12 months. Whereas these don't. And that is something that is definitely missing from the game. And it really, really needs to be there. Because, like, how the hell are you supposed to judge the performance? You can see, I've actually got a hell of a lot of work to do with, like, terraforming this and making it all look nice. Because it's all a bit manky at the moment. And I need to put some roads back in that I've destroyed. Which is not helping our efficiency. But, yeah, well, whatever. I'm seriously thinking about the orchard back there. That's going to bring us in like 1,000 fruit a year. 30 by 14. Yeah, go on. Let's do that. The thing is, I could put it in, and then you guys can leave comments, and you can tell me whether you like it, or whether you think it's a really stupid idea and I ought to take them out. Tornado, don't care. Okay, how's the flower? Oh, the flower's gone up! Oh, the flower's up over 1,000. Okay, so, 4th windmill seems to have solved our flower issue. That's really good news. Now, the thing is, what I would like to see is our pie numbers actually start to go up. So what we need to look at now is... see, these are sleeping. Because he's got no fruit. He's got no fruit. He's got no honey. Right, well that is fair enough because we're waiting for our barn to get built and then we can ship all of our stuff in. Oh, right, it's just got built. Perfect. Right, so now these guys will be bringing their honey into this barn. Okay, so... oh, and we've got our caravan stables going. Excellent. Almost there. Right, so which one do... I suppose this should be the one that ships out, and then this one should be the one that kind of moves stuff around internally. That makes sense? Okay. Right, so... Now, hang on. Shipping logs into the warehouse in the centre of the fishing village. Who's handling that? Yeah, that should be handled out here. Okay, I'm going to do... Do I just sync that with this stockpile? So that I've got supplies out here if I want to build anything else. It's probably not a bad idea. Where the hell's the stockpile? It's over here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so you are going to... First job, you are going to sync materials, all materials between that stockpile and... which is closer, that one or that one? I think probably this one. Okay, sync it with that stockpile there. That's your first job. Okay, second job is going to be to balance everything in here, in this barn, with everything in that barn. Right. Then I want to ship out, specifically, I want to ship out the honey. So honey goes from that barn to that barn. I definitely want tools and clothes coming in here. So tools, that barn, and clothes. Now that'll speed things up so that people don't have to go wandering a long way to get stuff. So there and there. What else, like specifically? Well, hides. We definitely want hides being moved. So let's get hides from there to there. Now, the thing is, we don't want hides. Come on, guys, put the fires out. Come on, deliver the water. Where's the well? There's a well there. There we go. Fire's out. Good job. Now the hides, we just want to ship them out. We don't want to balance it. The clothes and tools, those we want balanced. So we want it 1-to-1 both ways. Warm clothes 1-to-1 both ways. The honey, we just want shipped out. So that's fine. Okay, the other thing is going to be like the fruit and vegetables. Because we are getting fruit and vegetables in from our gatherers. Although, to be honest, it's not a huge amount. What are you closest to? You're closest to this barn. What about in this barn? Yeah, 1,500 vegetables. I don't know. We don't seem to be getting a lot of fruit for some reason. Now, I've got 3 gatherers down here. I've got 3 gatherers there. And I've got... Oh, yeah. I've got 3 gatherers there. So we've got 9 gatherers around here. But they're not producing a whole hell of a lot. And I am wondering, because I'm kind of deforesting this area, whether it's worth having these gatherers out here at all. Or whether I should at least scale it back. So, like, would it be better to just drop these down, at least drop these down to, say, 2? So that one and that one. Yeah, let's do that. So that means I only need... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, because I added in the other 2 gatherers at the top. So overall, I need to add 4 people. All right. And I closed the professions tab. Idiot. Let's reopen that. And then I close that one. There we go. Okay, so now we've got these gatherers up here. I think there was probably only maybe... I don't know whether there was anybody working in them at all. Did they bring in anything? No, there wasn't anybody working in them. Next season, we'll see how much they bring in. I've got a sneaking suspicion they're going to bring in a fair amount. How are we doing? Okay, we got up to 13,000 vegetables. So that's slightly better. We're into early winter. That's not, I've got to say, that's not a huge amount of vegetables to get us all the way through the winter. But we've got a bit of a stock of honey now, so I wonder, are we going to be producing the honey pies? That's fruit. That's fruit. That's fair enough. That's the honey pie guy. So you've got honey in there. Have we got any honey in the markets? No, no. No, no. Okay. How are we doing with honey pie production down here? Which was the honey pie? Was it this one? No, that's meat. That's the honey pie one. So you've got some honey. We've got about 300. Some of it's in these castle barns. That'll get shared out. So yeah, we'll keep it going. At least, well, we're already in the middle of winter and we've still got honey. So I don't know. Maybe we'll last through till spring. We'll see. How are we doing over here? So we've got that barn. I've set up those things. Right, so I need some donkeys in here. So let's go over to my donkey farm, which I can hardly see. Okay. Half of the animals into... God, where the hell is it? It's here. Yeah, put half of them in there. So now I've got 5 donkeys. Now I need some people in here. So... let's drop it down to, say, 4 people in here. You know what? I'm going to say 3 people in here because most of the routes are going to be very short. So let's crank it at 1, 2, 3. 27 to 27 it should be. Yep, good. Okay, so what routes are we going to set up? I'm not going to do all the routes, but I'm going to kind of give you a flavour. So we definitely want the hides from that barn into there. Hides from that barn into there, and hides from this one, that barn into there. Although, yeah, see, this is getting hides. They're all getting hides. That's probably not getting very many. Oh no, actually, that is because it's getting them from this guy over here. So, yeah, no, I do need to do that. Okay, so that's that. Am I shipping... yeah, I'm shipping the honey out. So that's good. What else needs to be moved around? The flour all needs to be put in there, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the big one. So, we want flour from that barn to there. We want flour from that barn to there, and we want flour from that barn to there. Okay, so now we should start to see, oh, but of course as soon as it goes in there it gets shipped out, because at the moment I'm moving everything and it's not meant to move everything, it's meant to balance. So that needs to be set to balance 1-to-1 both ways. And then I need to add shipping the flour out. So flour gets shipped from that barn to that barn. And that only needs to be one way, because we're not using flour here, so it just gets shipped out to that barn. Alrighty, cool. Woohoo! Man, I don't know what you guys think of this game. I know that this game's had a lot of bad press, and I just don't see why. Because, like, I've seen a lot of complaints about, oh, you know, your people just die from hypothermia and starvation for no reason. That's just not true. There are very, very good reasons why they die from it. And it's just about managing, like, where people are living, making sure they're supplied. You know, if you've got enough housing close enough to their jobs and whatever. But then, yeah, I don't know. And I've heard people complaining about lag in the game. And like, I mean, what are we up to now? Well, we're over 250 people. And there is no lag whatsoever. Everything is running peachy. And that's with the increased number of routes on the caravans. Which, again, isn't helping performance. And yet, no issues whatsoever. I will say there are one or two things. The weather. The visibility in the weather could be a little bit nicer. Could be a little bit kinder. But other than that, I really don't have too many issues with this game. How's our flour situation? Well, we're still going up on the flour. We're up to 1,300 now. So we've solved that problem. We're going to be getting fruit from there. We've got our gatherers, our extra temporary gatherers who are going to start bringing fruit into here. See, they're already starting to bring vegetables in. It's amazing if they're in pure old growth forest with no forestry going on. They bring in loads and loads of food. So it's kind of a shame that I'm having to chop this forest down. It's only for aesthetic reasons. It's only for aesthetic reasons. But I am thinking that these gatherers, you know what, I'm kind of tempted to maybe even crank them down to just one person in these two and put some more gatherers out in this area where they can actually get like some decent, you know, I'm going to do it. But then that's adding 3 more people who've got to live here, and then I'm going to have to build another house, and then, see what I mean? It just goes on and on. So, yeah. Oh my god, go away, Storme. Not the first time I've heard that phrase. Go away, Storme. Just go. Just leave. Okay, we've got millions of buildings on fire, a horrendous storm, and I'm trying to end the episode. What I was hoping was for a nice kind of end shot, but you know what, I'll switch to this. So, my god, this is really starting to expand. I just want to have a look at the mini-map. My god, look at this. We're really starting to expand now. Remember when we were just like a little tiny green dot in this corner? Awesome. So, yeah, it's growing, it's expanding. Hopefully in this episode, which I know has been a bit of a mishmash, but I kind of just wanted to show you what I'm going through offline. That it's like one issue leads you to another issue, to another issue, to another issue, to another issue. And trying to handle the expansion, because it kind of drives you to just continually expand to solve the next problem, to solve the next problem, to solve the next problem. And like eventually I'm going to end up putting this bridge in so that I can get stuff over here. You just know it's going to happen. Alright, so lots of things for you to comment about. Like the windmills, the population, the expansion, the orchards in the city, jobs in the city, what could we have people doing, all that kind of stuff. Loads for you to comment. And like just how freaking awesome and gorgeous this is. And I want to get back to castle building. All right, Skye, that's the end of the episode now. It's time to shut up. All right. I will catch you for the next one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you continue to enjoy this series because I am loving it and I am obsessed with it. And it's just occurred to me, I could put some fishermen down here. Oh yeah, that means more houses. Moving on. Catch you for the next one. Peace out.